welcome to Aimee Nolte Music. I'm Aimee Nolte, and today I want to teach you my favorite trick about diminished chords. I'm talking about fully diminished chords. Play a note, go up a minor third, play another note, go up a minor third, play another note, go up a minor third. Fully diminished. It's a rainy day here, can you hear it? So nice, different for Southern California. So maybe it's a good day for some diminished chords. I don't know, maybe. I don't really know what that means. Diminished chords can be tricky, and I think they can also be really fun. Everybody's kind of got their own way of how they deal with them, how they manipulate them, how they alter them and change them up to fit their playing. I have a few different things that I like to do when I'm confronted with the diminished chord, and I will tell you about one of them today because it's my favorite and I think it's the easiest. All right, let's play some diminished chords. There are only 3 of them technically. F diminished, raise it a half step, F sharp diminished, raise it a half step, G diminished. That's really it, because as soon as you raise it another half step to A flat diminished, it's the same exact thing as F diminished. It just has another note on the bottom, and the F comes up to the top. So you can play them in their inversions. Ooh, and it sounds like a scary movie. But there's only 3 of them. Let's hear a diminished chord in a tune. Diminished chords often replace dominant chords. So if you ever have a 1-6-2-5 kind of a progression, kind of like in rhythm changes, you can always substitute for that G7 that I played, you can substitute a B diminished. A lot of times toward the end of a tune, it'll come around to the 4 chord. There's an E diminished chord. Something like that. That happens a lot at the end of tunes. So what can you do on that diminished chord to make it sound a little less, I don't know, what does it sound? It sounds corny? To make it sound less corny, what can you do? Right, here are the diminished chords that I talked about. That's it. There they are in all their glory. Let's hear that one that I talked about after the 4 chord. There it is. Would you like to know my trick? I will tell you my trick. There are lots of tricks about diminished chords. This is the simplest one I know, and I think just the quickest one for you guys. Now I know everybody's got their own things that they do to all chords and voicings, and to diminished chords in particular. So if you have other ideas, you can go ahead and tell me about them. But just realize that this is just one idea of many that exist, all right? So here it is. My easy trick. Let's say you have a D diminished chord. You can take any note of this chord and choose to play a whole step above it and add it to the chord, and it'll make it sound a lot hipper. So there's an E, that's a whole step above D, right? It's a great sound. It's reminiscent of a G13 flat 9, isn't it? It also has the tones of D7 altered. Diminished chords are a really cool thing, and I will make another video too showing you all their relationships and how they can be used in tritone substitution, everything like that. For now, just this. Okay, so a whole step above D. Now, what if we take a whole step above the F and add it? Gorgeous, love it. Okay, same thing here. We've got an A flat, we can add this note. And same thing here. Now you'll notice that this chord, it's a lot like the G7 chord, isn't it? With a flat 9 already. All of these tones are just colors on a G7 chord, also on a D flat 7 chord. But this is the 13, right? The whole step above D, a whole step above F is the G, a whole step above A flat is the sharp 9, and a whole step above B is the sharp 11 in the key of G. So all of them work really nicely. Let's try them so that you can hear on like a 4 chord at the end of a tune. Oh, you know what tune's in my head? Bourbon Street Parade, because I played that this week. There's a lot of hot spots, we'll see all the big shots. I think that's the one I'm thinking of. Okay, so here's our chord, right? We can add any one of these tones that are a whole step above it. So let's first try the F sharp. I think it sounds pretty cool, but you can also use it as an inner voice, like a passing tone. What if you did? That one takes both tones that are a whole step above, doesn't it? Let's try that with A now. Beautiful. Now we're trying with the C. And the last one left to try, and the last one left to try is up here, a whole step above there. I think, especially in this context, all of those notes are nice in passing. But since it's such a strong chord that we land on and it's leading us somewhere else, I think these tones are best used in passing. Let's talk about a tune like it's the wrong time in the wrong place, and though your face is charming, it's the wrong face. You guys know this one? It's not his face, but it's a charming face, so it's all right with me. It's all right with me. Okay, the bridge to this song has all diminished chords. So it starts out with this chord. It goes, you can't know how happy I am that we met. I'm strangely attracted to you. And then a B flat chord. So it starts here, and there's actually just a pedal on the bottom. You can play a B flat pedal or an F pedal. This is assuming we play the tune in G minor. Or you can play it with an F pedal. Either way works just fine, either one of these pedals. Now, let's take our first chord, which is here, and let's go ahead and add an E. Okay, and then the second one, let's change it, and let's add the C in here. Let's see how those two sound, okay? And then we're going to this. You can't know how happy I am that we met. It's a cool rub. It's kind of a lot. Let's change it. Let's do a different one. You can't know how happy. I really like that one. Let's add the A. I am that we met. That one's pretty cool. And now we go down a half step and let's add this B. I'm strangely attracted to you. You see how much more color that gives? It's even cooler when it's spread out a little bit. So if we've got these tones and we just add our E note, or we add this note, or we add this note. Isn't that cool? The more you spread them out, I think the more normal they sound. So you've got all these options, and you can play with them and do it however you want. That's the beauty of it. You also have to keep the melody note in mind, don't you? I would try every single note. If you're going to work this out ahead of time and decide which of the diminished alterations you're going to play, I would sing every melody note and play the chord every time. Da, 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 da. And then figure out which one you're going to try. Maybe you're going to try the A. Da, 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 da. I really like that one. Da. And then let's say you're going to try the D. Da. There's the melody note. I don't like it. That's too much of a rub. So let's try the B instead. Da, 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 da. Look how I played both notes. That's probably not proper technique. I like that one though. So you hit it with every single melody note and make sure that it sounds nice. That's kind of picky. I don't usually think on the spot like that. I'll just pick one of them and go with it. But as you play the song over and over, you can decide which ones you think sound best. Let's think of one more tune. How about Have You Met Miss Jones? That is usually in the key of F. And it reminds me of a funny thing. On my gig the other night I said, have you met Miss Jones in C? Because that's the key I do it in. And my bass player said, no, but I've met her in F. You would think that he's 75 years old from that joke, but he's not. All right, so we've got this F major chord to start the song off. And then there's an F sharp diminished chord. I wish you guys were here. I would ask you which one you would like to alter. Is it going to be this one? 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 Oh my gosh, do you guys realize what we just did there? Look at this teaching moment. That's a diminished scale, isn't it? That's why it works. So there's our, right? This is the first one we could alter. That's the first step in a diminished scale. The second one we could alter is here. You see? That's why we've got a diminished scale right there with all of these whole steps that we can add in between our minor thirds. Okay. We're just going to play that much. I'm going to sing the notes. We're going to try our different alterations. What's that you said? You would like to try the D note first? Okay, let's do it. Have you met old Jones? Beautiful. Now we're going to try the F. Have you met... Oh, I said old Jones, didn't I? That's my habit because I'm a girl. Have you met Miss Jones? I like that one too. It's cool. Let's try it again. Have you met... Which one are we going to do now? I'm going to do this one. Miss Jones. It's cool. That's our melody note. It's right there in the chord. It sounds good. Have you met... Last one. Miss Jones. Now that one's close. Jones. But since I play it up here, it's kind of cool. But it's another one that maybe you want to play as a passing tone. Have you met Miss Jones? Cool, cool, cool. I think you guys have got it. It's not that difficult. All right. Thank you so much for sticking with me, talking about diminished chords and our fun little trick to make them cooler, less corny. Don't forget to subscribe. You can click the button right above my head and watch my other videos and tell your friends, for Pete's sake. I'll see you next time.